What's going on, guys? Welcome to month 3 of my hair growth check-in series. And I would imagine the first thing when you clicked on this video is, Jesus Christ, that guy's hair has got really curly. And I say this for one very specific reason. I cannot believe how curly my hair has got. But hey, the long hair journey is full of surprises every single time around. And it seems that this is just one of the many surprises that I'm going to get. Let's start off by talking about length. I think length is probably going to be what most people are interested in when they're watching a hair growth video. So, hair on the top is just over 6¼ inches. And I'd say it's definitely starting to look a bit longer on the top as well, even though the curl obviously hides that. Sides are sitting at about 3¼ inches as well. And for reference, for those of you that didn't see the earlier videos, I started growing out my hair from a skin fade. And if you think about the difference between a skin fade in terms of the length on the side and the length of the top, I'd argue that 3 inches is probably what that is. So it feels about right, and it feels pretty proportionate in relation to my starting point. I'm going to share something motivational now. And I know that guys need motivation when they're growing out their hair. And I know that motivation is something that you don't really get from your friends or your colleagues when you're growing out your hair. This photo is me about 3 months ago. And as you can see, less facial hair, but the hair on top is much shorter. This photo is me about 3 weeks ago. And I think you can really see that there is a contrast. However, why I believe this is motivational and why I really believe that this should be motivational for you guys growing out your hair is just to show how much long hair and facial hair to a certain extent, but definitely medium to long hair, can really transform your appearance. And I think that should be exciting, because if you've had the same haircut your whole life, you've probably looked pretty close to the same as you have done your whole life. If you go somewhere new with your hair and you take it to a length it's never got to before, you're gonna look different. And whilst you may not like the result, you may be very surprised by the result. And for reference, I think you will really like the result. I certainly do. But yeah, just embrace it. Fully embrace it. And that photo should show why you should embrace it. Let's talk about hair care. I'm gonna gloss over this because this hasn't really changed. So before I wash it, I use rosemary oil, I use castor oil. Both of those things are just generally meant to help with healthy hair growth. My hair's looking healthy, so that may have played a part, that may not have done. But once I've done that, I'll let those sink in my hair for about an hour. Then I wash it out with the Waterman's Grow Me shampoo and then condition it with the Waterman's Grow Me conditioner. I've not really changed anything. I want to keep it as consistent as I can, and I think really the consistency is working, so no need to change it. In terms of styling, I've probably used a blow dryer twice in the last 3 months, and I'm going to keep it that way. I want my hair to naturally air dry. I want to look after the quality of the hair, and I think the best way to do that is just to keep heat away from it. And truth be told, I actually prefer the result of my hair when it naturally goes curly than when I try and slick it back or I try and just style it with a blow dryer. This just looks more natural to me and is infinitely easier to do, so I'm going to keep doing that. However, this is an awkward phase. This is a full-on, full-blown fucking awkward phase in my hair growth journey. And I say this for one very specific reason. My hair now just looks like hair. There is no style, there is no cut, it's not looking like it's designed to do anything. It is just hair. And that is the first hallmark of the awkward phase. When your hair is no longer a style and your hair has just become hair. And this is it. This is the result. We are definitely looking at another 3 to 6 months before I'm even close to being able to get my hair in a man bun. And if you think about the lengths that I said at the start, 6¼ on the tops, 3¼ on the side, you're probably even further off, because I would say on average, you probably need at least 6 inches, maybe 7, maybe 8 inches in order to get your hair into a decent man bun all the way around. So we keep moving. And I won't lie, I do miss the man bun. I just miss the effortlessness of it as well. One other thing to share. I knew this was going to happen as well, and I suppose this is going to be a minor negative. I got the urge to cut my hair for the first time last month. Very much the first time. And I think you guys that are growing your hair, or you guys that are in the middle of the awkward phase like me, you'll know that urge. You'll just see someone, or you'll just suddenly see a picture come up of someone, or you'll see someone on TV, and you'll think they look quite cool. They look much easier. They look better than I do. Their hair looks more easy than mine. And I had that. I'm a big UFC fan, and about 2 weeks ago, I think it was, I watched a Dustin Poirier fight. And Dustin Poirier for me has always been my favourite MMA fighter, and I've always thought he's got quite a cool style. I like his tattoos, I like the way he presents himself. And when he came on, and when he came out to fight and he was doing his walkout, I was looking at him and I was thinking, he does look cool. I do quite like his haircut. Maybe I could just do that. And then a side note to that as well is I do MMA too, twice a week. So I was thinking, Poirier's got a cool haircut, I do MMA. Maybe I should just cut it. Maybe I should just try and look like that MMA fighter style that I quite like. And then all through the fight as well, I was getting the same things, I was getting the same reflections. Fight finished, woke up the next day and I thought, the fuck are you thinking, Alex? You're not going to cut your hair. You don't need to be like a UFC fighter just because you follow the sport. But I know that because that moment's happened once, that moment is going to happen again. So I'm ready for that moment to happen again. Going to round off on something else now as well. Going to talk about the awkward phase because I think awkward phase is interesting. A topic and a way that I suppose I phrased it in a really old video when I had long hair before is I said it's only the awkward phase because you call it the awkward phase. Never has this felt truer to me. I could be sitting here saying the awkward phase is dreadful. I could be making a video telling you how to cope in the awkward phase. I could be telling you to wear hats. I could be telling you to cover it. I could be telling you to try and go to a barber and get it cut into a style so that you can enjoy your hair growth journey more. The awkward phase is the awkward phase because you call it the awkward phase. It isn't a fucking awkward phase. No one else outside of this hair growth world even knows what the awkward phase is. So you are calling it the awkward phase. You are the one that's walking around saying, I've got awkward phase hair, or I've got bad hair, my hair's stuck in the awkward phase, I want it to end. Just do what I'm doing. Let your hair do what it naturally wants to do. Sit with it, grow it out, and the awkward phase becomes actually, from my experiences, pretty fun. So yeah, I'm in the awkward phase. You might be in the awkward phase too, but it's the awkward phase because you're calling it the awkward phase. No one else is calling it the awkward phase. Just you, my friend. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching this video. And again, I really hoped it's proved motivational. And if it has, please click that like button down below because I really want to get these videos into the algorithm. But I will see you all in the next video. Take care and thank you so much for watching.